remaineth, even he shall for our power, and he shall be as the governor of Judah and Ekron, as a Jebusite or Jebusite. So that's shown right here, man. That's how you know the prophecy. That's how we know this to be true, man. There's bastards there. I mean, you can't tell that's a bastard. Look what he's doing in the land, man. Alright, those Palestinians ain't supposed to be there anyway, so I mean, good for them. The Most High is two birds, one stone, man. So either way, the Most High is just setting up Esau so beautiful.
This behavior actually genocidal?
When you target a group, an ethnic group, and inflict this kind of punishment upon them, you are in effect nurturing a kind of criminal intention that is genocidal.
World's leading war crimes prosecutor helped establish the Genocide Tribunal. Professor Francis Boyle sent President Milosevic to The Hague. He is now working for the creation of the Hague International Criminal Tribunal for Israel. Professor Boyle, thanks so much for joining us. Israel's now threatened preemptive conventional and nuclear strikes on Tehran. What is its legal basis?
Absolutely none. The World Court already decided that in the legality of nuclear weapons case, that the threat stands on the same footing as the actuality, and preventive or preemptive warfare was condemned by the Nuremberg Tribunal. But the bottom line is Israel uses its nuclear weapons to terrorize and intimidate the surrounding states of the region. It has nothing to do with defense.
The Guardian reports how close we've already come to all-out war. Prime Minister Netanyahu ordered a P+ alert on Iran's energy facilities in 2010 that would make, quote, an Israeli military strike inevitable. Country's spy chief Meir Dagan notes it was an illegal move without authorization of cabinet, and that Netanyahu was, quote, trying to steal a war. It's not known.
You know why the reason that? Because the elect wasn't sealed, man. I mean, it ain't these black conscious niggas, man. These other groups out here, they have no idea the time is at hand, man. The time is at hand. Let me get another verse real quick. It's a simple verse, but it touches, man. You know, it touches, man. And it says, this is the book of Matthew 10. I get to the point in 7. It says, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's what we're set up to do. That's the job, man. That's what the most Yahushua ordered the men to go do. And that's what it trickled on down to us today in these last days. He said, go and tell them the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Whether they hear or forbear, who gives a damn? The kingdom of heaven is at hand, because the prophecies are speaking, man. They're yelling. The prophecies are yelling. That's what I'm gonna name the title of this video, man. The prophecies are yelling, because look, the pieces they almost striked Iran back then. Okay, the order is pretty much they had a timeline where they're gonna strike it, but they weren't gonna strike it then.
What stopped Netanyahu's order being carried out? But it received extremely forceful opposition from two people who were informed. Army head Gabi Ashkenazi and Meir Dagan, who called Netanyahu's plan, quote, the stupidest idea I have ever heard. Both have now left their posts. Israel's Institute for National Security Studies war-gamed precisely the attack ordered by Netanyahu and found two outcomes possible. One, a contained reaction. The other, World War III.
You hear that?
I don't think you heard
that. I don't think you people
possible.
Heard that.
Man. One, a contained reaction. Heard. Both have now left their posts. Israel's Institute for National Security Studies war-gamed precisely the attack ordered by Netanyahu and found two outcomes possible. One, a contained reaction. The other, World War III.
Contained reaction means that they hit it and a lot of people don't get mad. Okay? But we know that it's going to be the other one. If they hit it, it's going to cause World War III, that third woe. And that's going to cut off the gas. That's going to cut, man, it's going to throw the world into a spiral, man.
Top saxophonist, producer and author Gilad Atzmon renounced his Jewish religion and Israeli citizenship, the core of...
Alright, that's it on that. We're gonna play this video.
The leaked US regime change manual exposes interference in Ukraine and beyond. Coming up.
Chilling Pentagon plans reveal systematic and violent overthrow of democracies. Why is John Kerry's assistant handing out candies to fanatical rioters bulldozing people and injuring hundreds in unprovoked attacks? And a warning, Washington's quote, jihadists are set on a world war.
When Western colonizers of the 20th century banned parks in Shanghai to dogs and Chinese, they didn't admit to folks back home they were racists, enslaving whole nations and robbing their resources. They reassured the public through mainstream media that they were, quote, civilizing the natives. To trick the savvier 21st century public, scholar Noam Chomsky notes the, quote, pretext has become even more caring, but in practice the West continuing to overturn governments throughout the world and install puppet regimes. America's current destabilization of Ukraine's government, writes Washington-based analyst Nebojsa Malic, is following the White House regime change manual to the letter. The tip of the icebergs, US senators like McCain flying to Kiev and joining the protesters, while Assistant Secretary of State Victoria Nuland hands them out candies. The reality is top US officials are already calling for sanctions against the country, which would hit exactly the ordinary people they claim to be intervening for. It's accompanied by a hysterical corporate media baying for blood, completely exaggerating protest numbers, ignoring their violence. The US government, notes Virtual Politics, has been bankrolling opposition politicians in the Ukraine since the 2004 Orange Revolution, despite admitting the government it's attacking is a democratic one. In fact, writes Rogue State, a guide to the world's only superpower, the US has funded particular parties or candidates in at least dozens of supposedly independent nations.
Hey, real quick. It's... Hey, you see they was passing out lollipops, right? They're passing out candies and shit. This is the book of Job. This is the book of Job 20 and 12. It's the book of Job 20 and 12, and it says, we'll start at 11. It says, his bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Because that's talking about when you go down, the sins of your youth. Because what's the dust? We're in the dust right now, man. That's why Ezekiel seen a valley of dry bones, man. Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you in the dust right now. Esau is getting ready to go into the dust, and this is what it says. It says, his bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat is his bowels is turned, it is the gall of ass within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. The part I wanted says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. They're passing out suckers, man. They're passing out suckers while they're helping to overthrow a government and to pollute the people. Because the sanctions is only going to affect the people they're passing out the suckers to, man. You see, so the policies are going to hurt the people, man. What the hell are you passing out candies for?
And forced out governments in even more. US law, however, strictly forbids any foreign funding of its own politics.
It shall be unlawful for a foreign national to make any contribution of money in connection with political office.
If a foreign power joined Occupy Wall Street protesters and paid the opposition to help bring down the US government, like Washington's doing in Ukraine and elsewhere, analysts say the White House would go ballistic.
There would be a hysteria. That would be regarded as utterly unacceptable interference in the internal affairs of the United States by the government leaders, and yet they have not.